Raider Nation, what is going on? You are watching the Raiders Report, and we're taking a deep dive into this Raiders Rumors mailbag. If you're wondering, wait a minute, how do I get on the show? You got to join us when we go live, and we go live every single Tuesday, 6 p.m. Eastern Time, 3 p.m. Pacific. So, before I get into the show, go ahead, subscribe, turn on your notifications. That way, you don't miss a single thing. We're always doing videos here. But what makes our videos awesome is the interaction with Raider Nation. Join the Noti Gang, subscribe. I would definitely appreciate it. All right, go in the comments, start using hashtag Raiders. Super chat coming in from Sean Nessie, 2009. Hire Rex Ryan as DC. Ah, man. As I stated multiple times on the show before, my dad's a Jets fan. I don't really want Rex Ryan. I don't really think the Ryan family, minus their dad, has shown that they can be competitive as defensive coordinators for a long period of time. And for Ryan, why would I leave the job that I have, making probably more money than a DC makes, to come back and be the Raiders DC? I think Rex Ryan is plenty happy where he's at. Super chat coming in from Henry. The loss reminds me a lot of when we lost to the Jets. 100% agree. I mean, think about it. It was Week 12. You travel from West Coast to East Coast against a 3-7 football team where literally I believe you were a 3.5-point favorite. Yeah, I mean, that's deja vu at its absolute finest. But let's not talk about that game anymore. Another super chat coming in from Mo Johnson. Do you think it's time to change up the wide receiver scheme and try to get Ruggs at the slot? I think Hunter Renfro's done a phenomenal job in the slot. I'm not going to move Renfro out of the slot. I think Henry Ruggs needs to do better. I think Henry Ruggs needs to show that he can be a lot more consistent. The reason why the Raiders aren't using him is because he hasn't shown that he's consistent. There's also been multiple reports that he hasn't been more consistent at practice. So for me, I'm not going to blame the Raiders. I'm not going to blame the scheme. I'm going to blame Henry Ruggs and say, you need to be better. Another super chat coming in from Omar A. Why can't we draft a quarterback, the Eagles, Green Bay, at least for backup? I mean, I don't understand why you're bringing up the Eagles or the Packers for drafting a quarterback when they drafted Jordan Love in the first round. He's been an absolute disaster in terms of reports out of training camp. And then Jalen Hurts. Think about how bad Carson Wentz been. That just goes to show how much confidence they don't have in a guy like Jalen Hurts. There's not a quarterback out there right now that I'm really sold on, and finding a QB in a normal year is really tough to do. Imagine trying to find a quarterback prospect when you don't have as much film because of the crazy year of COVID. That's even harder to me. So no, I'm not trying to go out and draft a quarterback unless you're in the top 10. And the Raiders aren't going to be in the top 10. I'm sorry. Hey, y'all, I want you to go ahead, follow me on Instagram at Mitchell Renz 365. I'm always down to talk Raiders. I'm always down to do live shows. And if you have any questions, if you're looking for the latest news and rumors around the Raiders that, you know what, maybe I didn't have time to make a video. I promise you, I always have time to update my stories. If you want to know what's going on in my daily life, hey, hit me up. I also give a lot of shout-outs to people that follow me on IG. Just being honest with y'all. It's in the comments. It's in the description, the link to give me a follow at Mitchell Renz 365. Next one's coming in from Nightmare on 43 6th Street. Too soon. Will the Raiders keep Takk McKinley? This is a good question. He is currently on the IR, and I had a lot of people ask me, Mitch, how did he pass the Raiders physical but not the other team's physicals? He technically didn't pass the Raiders physical. The Raiders just decided that, you know what? We want this guy to be our future. But I also don't know if it's 100% true if they want him in the future or if they want the 5th round pick that you get. So the Raiders will have a decision to make. Do you keep Takk McKinley, the player, or do you let him go and keep the conditional 5th round pick that he comes with? Like, I was very surprised that a lot of these other teams didn't keep Takk and pay him, which his contract really wasn't all that crazy, and just get the 5th round pick if you didn't want him. So I think personally, I would keep Takk McKinley if he's healthy, but if he's not, you at least get a 5th round pick. So how about this? We're going to play GM. You're going to play Mike Mayock, John Gruden. Let's say Takk is 100% healthy. Do you keep him or do you take the 5th round pick? If you're keeping Takk McKinley, I want you to type TM. If you're like, you know what, Mitch? No, I don't want this guy. He's been injured. He's got some trouble pass. I'm going to take the 5th round pick. Well, go ahead and type 5. Got another super chat coming in from Rated. What do you think of Matt Patricia replacing Paul Gunther? I'm going to go back to what I said earlier on the live show. If you didn't see it, remember to join 6 p.m. Eastern Time, 3 p.m. Pacific. I personally don't see why the Raiders would go out and get Matt Patricia. He was 13, 29, and 1 with the Lions. That's not getting it done. And you can't put all the blame on the head coach. I get that. But I can't put blame on a man that's looked at to be a defensive-minded coach that's never had a good defense, and even all the free agents, even with all the free agents that the Lions brought in, they didn't work. The draft picks, they didn't really work either. That's going to fall on Matt Patricia. If I'm going to hire anyone, I want Wade Phillips, man, and I don't even think twice about it. Wade Phillips, to me, is one of the best, one of the smartest defensive-minded coaches that there is, and how he doesn't have a job is mind-blowing. And the fact that he wants to come back into the NFL, like, that's good. I get that he's 73, but Wade Phillips is a young 73. He looks good. That's the guy I want to hire. Got another question coming in here from Damian Portillo. Is that the right name? Hopefully. How well you think the Raiders will play in the cold weather? I understand that the Raiders have this stigma, especially Derek Carr, of not being able to play in the cold. If Josh Jacobs is healthy and this offensive line's okay, we've already shown that we can play in the cold. I mean, yes, the Chiefs game wasn't freezing, wasn't ideal weather. We also got a win against an 8-3 Browns team on the road. So, speaking of cold weather, it's cold in December, especially up north. Now, I don't know how cold it is in Cali or Las Vegas. It's not too bad, even though in Dallas, Texas this morning, it was literally 36 degrees on my walk to work. But Christmas time, it's here, and it's by far my favorite holiday. Do you guys have any ideas what you want for Christmas? Maybe you need a stocking stuffer. Maybe you need something to put under the tree. Or maybe, I don't know, you're just trying to stuff your face with some cookies. I don't blame you. Or maybe you saw mommy kissing Santa. Bottom line is this. If you're looking for something for Christmas for you, loved one, kid, we're going to hook you up here. Raiders face masks are on sale. If you're watching this live, the deal is masks up to 65% off. When this video goes out on Saturday, it might be a little bit different. I'm hoping it's not. But if you go to chatsports.com/Raiders masks, you can get some awesome deals. So that 2-pack there, that's only $9.99. That's normally $20. How about this 3-pack? These are the masks that I have. If you follow me on IG, you'll know that the 3-pack of face masks is this mask. Like, these are the masks that I have. This one, $9.99 also. Normally, they're $25. Wild, right? How about this 4-pack? This 4-pack is usually $30. It is for $12.99. That's an awesome deal. Go to chatsports.com/Raiders masks. I see the comment in the description. It's also in the live chat. So if you need a new Raiders face mask, chatsports.com/Raiders masks. Colors, they fit all sizes, machine washable, and guess what? You got to wear them. So you might as well wear a Raiders one. Got a few minutes left here, so get your questions in. Do you think the Raiders will make the playoffs because the Dolphins have a hard schedule? I do. I think the Raiders do end up making it in. I think the Dolphins finish out about 2-3 their last 5 games, which then puts them at 9-7. If the Raiders can take care of business against Indianapolis and against Miami, I think they get in. Got another question coming in from Oak for Life fan. Do you know if Trent Brown is playing? My gut feeling is that he is going to be able to play. And when I looked at some reports, and I looked at some of the injury reports also, and some of the comments from some Raiders coaches today, it sounded like he was going to be at practice on Wednesday. Now, as a reminder, I am filming this Tuesday live. If he doesn't practice, well, hey, hit me up. I'm always trying to get down with y'all, but I'm hoping Brown plays. Even if all the reports come out and says Trent Brown's playing, Trent Brown's playing, Trent Brown's playing. Until I see the big guy out onto the football field, until I see him actually take a snap, I don't know if I can believe it, because that's just been the history of Trent Brown with the Las Vegas Raiders. So let me know down in the comments. Type P for plays or type D for doesn't. Will Trent Brown play versus the New York Jets? Oh, man, I am typing P. I'm hoping he does end up playing. If I were to give it chalky heads, I'd probably give it 3 chalky heads that it's pretty likely. I'm going to say 75% chance, but I also won't blame you if you type D, because he's played in only 2 games this year, and I believe he's played in, it's probably, 37% of the games now for the Raiders. Not great. Not great. National Raider, you're next up here, my man Mitch. What do you think the issue is with Carr and Ruggs? Ruggs never dropped balls in college, so why the disconnect? I think it's because he hasn't been able to pick up the John Gruden system. I think originally they asked him to do a lot. He wasn't putting in the time or the effort potentially in the playbook. I know a lot of people are always ripping on Ruggs, whether it's on Reddit or on Instagram or Twitter, that he's on Madden all the time. Maybe he needs to play a little bit less Madden, spend a little bit more time in his playbook, but He's had some drop issues this year. He hasn't run always the correct routes, and the fact was, early on in the season, you saw Derek and John, they were drawing up plays for Ruggs. He's like the fourth option now. So I'm going to put that on Ruggs. You got a super chat coming in. If you want to get on the show, super chat right now. So what do you think about J.J. Watt and Trent Brown trade? It saves us some cap space, and we can look into some better defenders. The Houston Texans would never trade J.J. Watt for Trent Brown. I mean, here's the issue. With the amount of issues that Brown has had, you're not going to get a first, a second round. I probably actually don't even know if you get a third round pick. I mean, who's going to pay a right tackle $14 million who hasn't played? I mean, the issue is you're not trading Trent Brown. I mean, for me, I would look to trade him, and if nobody does trade for him, then you just cut him in the offseason, save $14 million. Super chat time coming in. Was DC distracted by the pending birth of his daughter? Maybe. I have no idea. Was the game probably his worst of his career? Yes. Also, Derek Carr on Tuesday, December 1st. Or actually, technically, the baby was born, on November 30th. I am going to celebrate that, but I don't know. I don't have a kid. I can't imagine it's very easy, though. But since you brought this up, I do want everyone to type 47 in the comments, because even though Derek Carr is celebrating the birth of his daughter, Trent Sieg, the long snapper for the Raiders, him and his wife also on November 30th found out that they had a miscarriage. So you can see life being great, and then in the same vein, you can see life being terrible. I'm super excited for Derek Carr, but I also want to send some love, some support out to Trent Sieg, to his wife, to their entire family, that Raider Nation's got your back. Don't ever forget that. Sorry for your loss, and, if you guys need anything, always don't be afraid to hit me up. Let's go to Mariano Cabrera. If Derek Carr plays bad again against the Jets, should the Raiders move on from Carr? No. You play Carr the rest of the season, and you don't play Mariota, you don't play Nathan Peterman. I think you continue to play Derek Carr, because you got to see whether or not he is the guy. And even if they do lose, you still have a chance to make the playoffs. Technically, you win the next 4 games, you go 10-6, that puts you in a position. Now, let's say they lose like the next 4 games and you have no chance. Maybe. If Marcus Mariota is healthy, sure. I don't want to see Nathan Peterman start a game. He has no business starting a game. He is never going to be, or ever will be, the quarterback of any team. Mariota, you're paying him a lot of money. Maybe roll the dice, but I have no confidence in Peterman or Mariota ever to start in the National Football League.